Sometimes, to understand a person, all you have to do is go straight to the source. And nobody understood Orson Welles, and indeed the rest of humanity, better than the great man himself. Everything about me is a contradiction, and so is everything about everybody else, he once said. We are made out of oppositions. We live between two poles. There is a Philistine and an aesthete in all of us, and a murderer and a saint. You don't reconcile the poles, you just recognize them. This goes a long way to explaining how the man who made Citizen Kane as his debut movie, a film more often at the top of all-time greats than any other, could also wind up providing the voice for a robot in the 1986 cartoon version of Transformers. RKO's boy genius, who gave the world the magnificent Ambersons, Chimes at Midnight, and A Touch of Evil, also kept up his membership of the Magicians' Union, in case he ever needed to rely on his sleight of hand skills to keep the wolf from the door. He was the wunderkind who, at just 23, produced the infamous radio version of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, a broadcast that was so realistic, people poured into the streets attempting to flee their homes because they believed Earth was really being invaded by Martians. 3 years later, he stunned the world with Citizen Kane, his thinly disguised biopic of William Randolph Hearst. But despite the film's towering reputation now, it was a box office failure on its release, losing RKO $150,000 and beginning a long trend of costly failures and studio battles. One of his greatest dreams, a film version of Don Quixote that he started shooting in 1955 and worked on throughout the 70s, was finally released incomplete in 1992. His corporeal battles were as legendary as his corporate ones. Weighing over 160 kilograms in his later years, for a while he lived in self-imposed exile in Europe, hoping his artistry would find greater appreciation there. But the wit who once declared, "I started at the top and worked down," had the last laugh. He died at the age of 70 in 1985, and in 2002, the British Film Institute voted him the greatest director of all time.